Welcome to the show. We got a big one here for you. We are talking about boom or doom. Players that we've invested in heavily this season in drafts, they got to pan out or we're in trouble for our drafts. Well, not really. We got a balanced roster, but still, there's players that we drafted across a lot of our leagues, including best ball, that have to take off. Example, Omari and Hampton. I got a lot of stock. We're going to talk about these must-draft players. If you still have to draft, you may want to listen. And if not, you may want to trade for some of these players. So boom or doom players for fantasy football 2025. And on the show, we've got the great and powerful Walter. Walter, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Joe. Once again, I'm excited to talk about these players. I've drafted a lot of them. As you know, done a ton of best ball drafts. I'm up to 196. So I'm almost there. By the end of the day, I'll be at 200. So I've been a little crazy here. But look, this is what we do professionally. So maybe it's not too crazy. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the players that we drafted the most, and hopefully they all pan out.
That's crazy, man. I'm glad you don't have to manage those 200 teams. It's going to be just best ball, which is good. I still have to manage like 10 teams. I'm thinking of drafting another one before the season starts. It's going to be too much, man. It's way too much to manage, honestly.
Yeah, the managing part is why I love best ball so much. I hate managing, waiver wires. It feels like people outdo me with these because like I'm working on the site nonstop, and so people are always like quick to add the waivers. Not during the waiver period, but like during the week if something happens. Like feels like someone always beats me to the punch, or like the starting lineups. If I'm like 50-50 on a guy, I feel like I always pick the wrong guy. Like the other guy, the guy I pick always gets injured, and the other guy like always does great. So that's the beauty of best ball. You just draft, and then you just every Sunday you just watch how your team does. It's awesome. That's why I love it so much.
Yeah, the drafting is a big part of it. I like sometimes say, well, drafting is the most fun. I actually do enjoy managing the team as well because that's your team. You got ownership on it, and I like Dynasty as well, particularly. It feels like true ownership. So I'm excited. Fantasy football is back. I want to tell you guys this show is brought to you by Chubbies, chubbysshorts.com/line mode. And look at this, Walter. Are you a Broncos fan or no?
I'm a fan of the team I bet on. So I can be a Broncos fan if I bet them this week.
Okay, go get your shirts right now, guys. Chubbysshorts.com/lion mode. Or just use lion mode upon checkout. They got amazing swag. Now, this is really ultra soft here on the skin. You can wear it to the beach. You can wear it barbecuing. You can wear it tailgating. You guys got to get some NFL licensed swag at chubbys.com. Again, the code you want to use is lion mode. And I've also linked it here below on YouTube. You're going to get 10% off $10 off your order. I want to stay it corrected here. Chubby Shorts, guys, grab your swag today. The reason I got the Broncos one, I wanted this one really bad. I got a lot of RJ Harvey and Bo Nix and some Pat Bryant stock. So that's a good enough reason, wouldn't you say, Walter, to get my Broncos shirt going?
Yeah, absolutely. That shirt looks sharp. I have to get one of mine with different team because I don't really have any Broncos. Not that I don't like them. I like Bo Nix quite a bit. I just draft some other quarterbacks. Harvey, I'm taking receivers in that range. But yeah, that looks like a great shirt. I'll have to get another team.
And it's silky smooth. Like you can sleep in it. You can walk around in it. You can do anything you want. It's breezy too. So on the beach, Anyway, so make sure you guys grab it right now. I know some people say it's winter time. Well, they got other swag there. They got shorts. They got tons of cool stuff. So Chubbies, make sure Lion Mode is the code you want to use to save $10 on checkout. Order right now. Okay, so let's dive into it here. Oh, latest news and notes here. Where's Breaking? It's been a few days. I know we haven't seen you for a while, Walter. It's been the weekend, but Breaking Brad has been up to his normal antics. So where is he?
We now have breaking news.
Couple of things I want to talk about here. Whoa, can't do without the music there, of course. It scared me. That woke us up, Brad. You get a little loud. Couple of things, nothing really crazy here other than Travis Hunter. Remember, he had the undisclosed injury. I think it was upper body injury. He returned to practice, and he, according to coaching and general manager James Gladstone, he's ready for week 1, but it doesn't state, like, is he going to be on which side of the ball or both sides of the ball? Like, what's happening, dude?
Yeah, I heard that he's going to be full-time player in offense, limited player on defense, and that was confirmed in the preseason game, the one he played, where he played all but one snap on offense, and then the next drive he didn't play a single snap with the starters on defense. He played eventually with the backups, so I think he's going to be like a sub-package guy, dime package, whatever. I think he may be like 25% of the snaps on defense, but he's going to be full-time on offense, like 80% or more. So I love Travis Hunter. He's one of the guys we can talk about today.
A couple things here as well. Gunnar Helm, a guy that I drafted back in my dynasty league, like way back in like May. Tight end for the Titans here. Some people are saying Ogonkwo, but Helm could be the special guy. He's apparently really tough, really good with his hands. He got praise from coaching staff, and they believe there's word that beat writers and stuff are believing that he could become the team's starting tight end. Very viable there. Gunnar Helm, man, tight end. Do you know much about him, or have you done? He's a bit of a deep sleeper at tight end.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you're drafting him, it's like a very deep league or best ball. You're taking him at the end. He's someone who's caught a lot of passes in college. Like he was very productive as a receiver. Not much of a blocker, but still, like we don't care about blocking in fantasy. So he could be used in like two tight end formations. Like Chiggy Okonkwo is still going to be there. So that's kind of the problem. And also like Tennessee's going to try to run the ball a lot too. So
Yeah.
like I said, best ball, 20th round. I think that he could be a solid pick for you.
Couple other things here I want to talk about here. Quishon Judkins. The NFL is reviewing the misdemeanor domestic, this interesting case with Cleveland Browns running back Quishon Judkins. And even though there's no longer pending charges, according to the league spokesman Brian McCarthy, he remains subject to discipline from the league, although no decision appears imminent. So Judkins, and I just think, to be honest with you, I don't know all the details, so I'm not going to speak fully. So this is my opinion. The guy paid her off. I mean, there's no other way around it. Like he obviously did what he did, allegedly, right? And then she took like a week or so, I don't know what that time period, to announce it. And then I think there was video and proof, like she had videos of it, the assault. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, there's no criminal charges all of a sudden. It's like, how about we go something, this is what I'm thinking, something under the table. You get to the NFL, you lock in your rookie contract, you pay me $1 million, I'll go away. Again, that's just my opinion on this. Like, come on, man, you don't report something to the, and then all of a sudden back away. Like, what's up with that, you think?
Yeah, oh yeah, I think you're on the right track there. Isaiah Bond too. He signed with the Browns in second. He was going to be a second round pick, a receiver out of Texas, and then he went undrafted because of the similar situation with Judkins, and yet both of these went away the same day. Like just coincidentally, like, both are gone. Like no charges. We're not going to pursue any charges. Like, I wonder why. What happened? It's they took a payment. That's what happens. It's happened before. It's going to happen again. And that's it's kind of horrible that someone who doesn't have money is going to pay the price and he gets to go free because he has all this money.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's a lesson learned. He doesn't do this again, but it's amazing how much these guys get away with, including the Rashi Rice thing. That's just I still think that's really wild. The fact that, he has like 8 pending charges. And I ran that through ChatGPT and I asked, seriously, look into this, do a deep dive. For a person with 8 pending charges, including that the collisions, the serious bodily harm, the fleeing the scene, and all that, he was looking at, I think, 10 to 20 to 30 years maximum. And he's getting 30 days at his leisure, and he gets to play in the NFL with only a 6-game suspension. Something's not fair there, man. There's something about this world that just doesn't line up. It's not fair sometimes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like that fleeing the scene itself is just 1 year in prison. Like you add up all the other things that he had, like he should be going away for a long time, and he's not because he's a rich football player. I'm sure he signed some autographs for the police and paid people off, and he gets to go free just 30 days. He gets to pick the 30 days too. It's not like, hey, you have to go at this time. Like no, he has to. He can get out of like, hey, it's like his girlfriend is like, hey, we have to go to this wedding. He's like, oh, I have to go to jail to stay. He gets to get out of this stuff. So it's basically like, he gets a 30-day vacation and then that's it.
It's wild. It's totally unfair. Again, to you and I, if you and I fled the scene, we wouldn't be recording this podcast. I don't think they got Wi-Fi at the local county jail though, Walter. As far as I know, I don't think they're going to give us Wi-Fi access to a phone and let us upload. I really doubt that would happen for us.
Or the technology would be pretty bad. It would look like my first
we a little pixelated from maybe a couple of bars behind us or in front of us or where maybe they'll let our hands go through have the laptop come through. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. This crappy player, Javonte Williams, is listed as the starter on the team's first official depth chart this season. Javonte sucks. I should have done I'm due for a suck episode. I should do that. Suck episode. He sucks. I'm not in on Javonte. You like Javonte?
No, not at all. Jaden Blue, if anyone on Dallas's roster, it could be like Rico Dowdle last year, where Ezekiel Elliott was the starter week one,
Yeah.
and people just stopped drafting Dowdle, and then second half of the year, Dowdle took off and did pretty well. So I think Jaden Blue second half of the year could be pretty good. But you kind of have to be patient with that one.
Other things in the news here, I really want to talk about just a couple of things. Juwan Jennings did not participate in practice a couple days ago, August 28th. This is going back Thursday, so that's something to monitor here. Obviously, Pearsall looking better and better. Chris Godwin is a couple days ago as well. Will miss the first month of the season, possibly more, according to GM Jason Lynch, whatever his name is, announced Thursday, August 20th. So it's going back just to make you guys aware. Emika's looking better and better, dude. I'm excited about Emika, man, now more than ever.
Yeah, me too. And plus, Kate Otten's hurt too. So you have another guy go down. Like it's really just Mike Evans and Ibuka right now. And Evans is a 32-year-old with hamstring issues. So Ibuka could be the receiver one by like week 3 or week 4 potentially. And yeah, I mean, Chris Godwin, they say he's not gonna be ready until week 5. I've said this all offseason, said this multiple times on your show. I'd kind of be surprised if he's not ready to like go full until like November. So
one more thing I want to talk about here, since you're wearing that Chargers color blue shirt there, I do want to talk about this. I think this is very important to highlight. It's like Najee Harris is running now. I saw him running. He looks like he's in. And then I saw a report, and I don't know if it was an official report or anything. Maybe it was somebody's Instagram post, but they're saying that he is 1A and Hampton is 1B. Come on, man. Are you serious? What do you think of that? Like, I think that's BS. I think Hampton runs away with this job quick.
Yeah, me too. I think that's nonsense. A lot of the stuff the coaches do, you can't believe. At this time last year, we were told Christian McCaffrey had a chance to play week 1. That's what the
Right.
coaches said. And
Yeah.
he didn't play until November. So you can't trust anything these coaches say at all. There are only like a select few beat reporters you can trust, but everyone else you just can't trust. And I don't trust it. Like this guy wasn't even cleared to walk a month ago. Like now he's fully ready with just deprived eyesight. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Now maybe he plays some pass protection downs and third down here and there, but Hampton's been running with the first team the entire training camp, and like they're just going to take that away from him from a guy who's barely practiced. It doesn't pass the smell test.
It doesn't. I mean, he's done nothing. Imagine this guy's playing in pads hard and, in full training camp, and then Najee's walking laps. And then
Right.
you're going to start Najee over him. That would be ludicrous. Yeah, I see them giving him a couple pity carries here and then Najee's going to go back to Najee, 3.9 yard per carry of Najee, and then it's like Hampton just takes it. So I'm not concerned. A little annoyed more, I think, than concerned. But hey, you need some depth at running back, and Najee will add that, I think. All right, so let's get to some players here, Walter. So these are players that that we really love, that we've got a lot of stock, and I got 3 or 4. Maybe you can highlight 3 or 4. I don't want to spend all day on this. That we've got across all. If you were to pick 3 or 4 players on your team, and you guys drop a comment below. Hold on, smash. Where's the comments here? Smash it. Drop a comment below. Tap it. Slap it. Where's my banner here? Let me know which player you drafted. Maybe you're in 2 leagues. Maybe you're in 4 leagues. Maybe you're in 20. What player do you have across the board the most it's your boom or doom player? He's got a boom or you're in trouble. Let's highlight a couple. So Walter, why don't you start off? You're the guest. I'm rude and I go first. So I think that's very rude. So you go ahead and you go first here. Who's your first player that you have on all rosters?
So, like I said, I've done 200, almost 200 of these drafts. The guy I have the most in 47% of drafts is Dante Thornton, the Raiders' #1 receiver. He's not Jacoby Myers, not Amari Cooper is just an insurance signing, I think. Dante Thornton is extremely talented. He and Calvin Johnson are the only players from the combine history who have gone who are 6'5" at their size and have run a 4.3 40. And this is not just height, weight, speed, Jim Schwartz guy. Like this guy's actually talented. We saw him make plays in training camp, all throughout training camp. He's running with the ones like right away. It's not a fluke. And then in the preseason, he had that great back shoulder touchdown catch. He almost caught a couple of deep passes, but Geno Smith overthrew him. That's not his fault. So he's the #1 deep threat. He's going to make so many big plays this year. I'm really excited to get Thornton like round 10-ish. In best ball, you can still get him round 13, but in a redraft, I think like people are starting to catch on to him. So like round 10, maybe round 11 if you're lucky. But yeah, try to get Dante Thornton on your teams as a late round guy.
You stole my guy, and we didn't. I'm just joking. I don't care. I got a lot of other guys too. I'm glad you mentioned him. I'm glad we're on the same page with him. me and Tim, we argue a lot, and Jim sometimes. He's kind of been on the same page. He's kind of coming around to the counselor ways here. But what blows my mind about this, Walter, is that he is the wide receiver one. And I don't know. I got to post this video. I got to post it on my Instagram. Amari Cooper looks chubby and he looks way out of, like he's washed up. He was washed up years ago. You bring him in for depth because I think you're having a fallout with Myers. And we know Geno Smith loves Thornton. Like, this is his man. Like, we heard it in training camp. We saw it in preseason, and he's physically the most talented wide receiver there. I'm excited about Thornton. And the fact that the mainstream sheep have this guy ranked like wide receiver 100, and he's the wide receiver. Let me emphasize this: wide receiver one. Yes, ahead of Brock Bowers. You heard it here, man. Like, he is the wide receiver one on this team. Bowers is a tight end who did really well last year. By default, there was nobody else there. Myers sucks. We know that Myers sucks. I've been saying that Myers sucks. And to confirm that Myers sucks, he's requested a trade. Why would he request a trade? Is because the team found a true alpha in Dante Thornton. I mean, again, it's like, Walter, we just talked about this. Common sense ain't that common, man. It's like the writing's on the wall. I could sniff this out, a mile away. Like, come on, man. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
This is Christian Kirk versus Brian Thomas Jr. all over again last year. Everyone had Kirk, and they're both going the same range, right? Like, Kirk was going round 6, round 7 last year. Same thing with Myers. He's going round 6, round 7. Every time someone takes Myers, I just laugh. I'm like, okay, you just took the number 2 receiver over the number 1 receiver. And the point you made about last year with just Bowers there, like, not only was Bowers the only guy, that they had 2 quarterbacks who couldn't get the ball downfield, and now they have Geno Smith, who's made. He had DK Metcalf be a fantasy star, Tyler Lockett fantasy star a couple times, and then Jackson Smith and Jigba last year fantasy star. This guy's made 3 stars in Seattle. I think Dante Thornton's going to be the next guy to really take off here.
I don't have my book here, but where was DK Metcalf? Because I didn't have him. Where was he coming off of drafts last year? I think it was like a 4th round or something like that, was he not? With Geno Smith as quarterback?
Yeah, something like that. Third, 4th round, yeah.
So why would you draft Thornton round 3? Again, it's because they don't know. Like, they're not thinking outside the box. They're like, oh, I'm not taking that risk. And Thornton's coming off much later than Brian Thomas. I think Brian Thomas was like around 9. Thornton was coming off undrafted. And like, I get DMs all the time. Should I pick off Dante Thornton off waiver? I'm like, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the funny part out of this whole thing, okay? They're going to come out week 1 and say waiver wire wonder, Dante Thornton. Everyone's going to be like, catching on. He catches 1 touchdown pass. He's a waiver wire week 1, Dante Thornton. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, we're already, dude, I was interviewing him back in June. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is why you guys got to subscribe, thumbs up to #1 fantasy football podcast. It blows my mind. This is what makes me angry, but it also makes me feel good that the industry's sleeping. It makes us look so much better.
I know.
Speaking of, let's stay on the Raiders for a second. A guy that I've got a lot of stock in is Genty. So much so that I was in 8 leagues. My 9th league, or was it 7th league, 8th draft, I actually had a spot to draft 2nd overall. Because every time I was, drafting, the draft order randomizes and boom, I got like 7 or 8 or 11, right? Every time. And then one time, after I drafted 7 leagues or 8 or whatever it was, my 9th league comes up and I get the 2nd round pick. And I'm like, dude, this is wild. I'm like, bye, Jan, right? I'm like, nope, I go Genty. So I'm all in on Genty. And I love the talent. And the guy's hungry. And I think people are just sleeping on the Raiders offense. And for the value of the other receivers and Geno Smith and stuff like that, Genty's the most expensive one. But I just think there's no competition. I don't got to worry about Najee. I don't got to worry about Montgomery. I don't got to worry about, I don't know, Ollie Gordon. If you're Chain, I'd be worried if I was an Chain owner. Ollie Gordon, dude, I'd be worried. Jalen Wright's banged up. And Ollie Gordon. And you're drafting Chain, who's already shown signs of injuries, who was injured in his first year, comes back, has a decent second year, only topped out at 203 rushing attempts. That's it. And now you're telling me he's banged up a little bit and they've got Ollie Gordon doing well. No, I got no problems here. No worries with Genty. He's the alpha. He's generational talent. Do you have some Genty stock?
I don't have much Genty. I've been taking some other players in round 1, like in best ball, I kind of like, the setup of receiver, running back in best ball. I think that's better because I love the running backs in round 2 and 3. And if you can get like, because in best ball you have to start 3 receivers instead of 2. If it was only 2, I'd be taking running backs the first round. But I want to get like an alpha receiver and then other receivers after that. But I like having 2 running backs because I like so many other running backs in like late, like in best ball, like not redraft, but like top tier backups, like a Braylon Allen, for example, who might take over as the starter, or like before Garendo was replaced, like Brian Robinson. You mentioned Gordon; he's another one. Like these are guys I draft a lot, and you can't get those sort of receivers late. So like best ball is different, but in redraft, I think that Genty makes sense in the first round. The only thing I worry about Genty is that, well, first, there's a couple things. One is that he's not going to be used on third down. Whereas like Travion Henderson, for example, like he's going to be used a lot on third down. Genty might see touches or opportunities on third downs to Raheem Mostert. He's going to get most of the first and second down work though. But the other thing is that like the Raiders kind of know that they're not going anywhere. This is the first year of the regime. They're not pressured to win right now. And so are they going to really run Genty into the ground? Like knowing he's just a rookie, he had like 390 touches last year at Boise State, a lot of work at Boise State in a long season. I feel like they're going to give Mostert more carries than people are comfortable with who draft Genty, especially early in the season. But I think late in the year, Genty could really take off and do very well. So I think it might be a little frustrating to start, but then late in the season could pan out.
Difference of opinion there. I think Genty's the guy. I don't think Mostert sees the field. So we're going to have to see. We're going to come back to this week 1, Walter. We're going to have a debate. All right, who's your next guy here that you have a lot of stock in that you got to have everywhere, that you have everywhere, sorry?
Yeah, my number 2 guy is Ricky Pearsall. He's 35% of drafts. He's San Francisco's number 1 receiver, and he's very talented. He was a first round pick for a reason. He had the highest agility score at the combine, and people focus on the 40 time. And yeah, it looks great. Like when a guy runs a 4.3, it's awesome. I just mentioned Dante Thornton doing it, but like the ability to get open, the ability to cut in the open field and avoid defenders, like that's agility. And Ricky Pearsall had elite agility scores. Like it was tremendous. This guy is so good. You saw him in the preseason, and with just one drive, he caught 3 passes. He saw 4 targets. Maybe he would have caught a touchdown if there wasn't miscommunication between him and Brock Purdy. But like, really, there's no one else. You talk about like certain teams, they're loaded at receiver, like for example, like DJ Moore in Chicago. He's the quote unquote the number 1 there, but they have so many mouths to feed. San Francisco, they have no mouths to feed at receiver. Yeah, they have Kittle, they have McCaffrey, but let's face it, McCaffrey is probably going to get hurt at some point. We probably know he's going to get hurt. And Kittle's 32, he could regress. And then there's Pearsall, and Juwan Jennings is missing time. They signed Marcus Valdes-Scantling. He's the receiver too, like randomly. So Pearsall is going to have a huge year, especially in PPR formats. I love Pearsall. I'm drafting him all the time, round 6, round 7. I think he's gonna be fantastic this year.
No shortage of heart, obviously, coming back from what he came off last year. Great talent. We saw him do really good in preseason, like we said. I mean, there he is, man. Like a guy that you can get kind of in the mid rounds that could easily outperform some of these early round guys. And you're potentially getting the wide receiver 1 round 5 to 6, as late as 7, maybe even 8 in certain leagues, depending if your league is sleeping. Amazing value. I've got a little bit of stock. I wish I had more. Again, we talked about that one league I was in, and I was trying to get Emeka, and the guy goes Emeka late round 5 and early round 6 gets Pearsall. I still am. I'll be watching that league closely to see that guy loses. I hope that guy loses severely this year. He's not the nice guy, Walter. Remember, he's not nice, that guy.
No, not nice at all. And his team sucks too.
Yeah.
It was the rest of his team was bad. It's just randomly he hit two great picks. But if his team's gonna be bad, it's gonna be because the other picks that he made.
Yeah, I think James Cook is on his team. I can't remember who was on his team. I got to go back and look. But either way, we're going to beat that team. All right, so my next guy I've got probably on every roster. And this is it. This is my boomer doom guy, like across the board. And with the tight end position, I'm always happy if I get 10 points out of my tight end. If I land an upside guy like I did Laporta his rookie year, great. Like I'm all in, right? I'm seeing the same situation here for Warren, clear as day, Tyler Warren, the same way I saw with Laporta in his rookie year. There was like an opportunity for him to shine because all they had was Amon-Ra that year. This year, they've got nobody. Like I'm not even like Pittman's not a wide receiver. Downs is always banged up. He's meh. They got Pierce, who's I think on a contract year, but he's more of a deep ball, best ball kind of guy. And then Daniel Jones, not the most accurate guy. You can't like accurate and Daniel Jones. Like if you look up Daniel Jones in the dictionary, I don't think accuracy is the first word that comes up after his name. So, so he's going to rely on a big target, a guy that can come down the ball, reliable, who's a good route runner, big red zone target. Tyler Warren, man. I mean, you don't draft a guy in the first round to bench him. There might be some games, maybe some games where he's going to be used as a blocker from what I hear. He came out and said this back in like, I don't know when it was, May or June. He's like, there's games I'm going to catch a lot of balls. This game's going to be just blocking. I don't know if I believe him. I think they're going to use him more in the passing game. What are your thoughts on Tyler Warren as a player from, if you guys go to walterfootball.com, that's what they focus on, particularly during the actual NFL draft, is scouting out these players. Generational talent wise, how good is Tyler Warren in comparison to like a Brock Bowers or, coming out of college? Is he had a better profile than Brock Bowers and Laporta, right?
Well, I think Bowers was graded a little bit higher, but he's definitely better than Laporta. He's better than all those tight ends we saw that year. Like Dalton Kincaid went first round. Like he's definitely higher than him. Extremely athletic player, insane upside. He's going to be the Colts' number one receiver, quote unquote. He's not like a wide receiver, but he's going to be the top target, kind of like what the Raiders had with Brock Bowers last year. And you highlighted it, like all the receivers are mediocre. And like Josh Downs is a good player, but he's not a number one. He's the number two. Michael Pittman is also maybe number two at best. He's pretty average. Alec Pierce, I love in best ball round 17 because he'll have 3 great games and that's what you want out of your round 17 guy. But like he's not like a legitimate starter, and then you have Tyler Warren here, who is just a fantastic player. Yeah, he's gonna be targeted so much. Daniel Jones is a pretty shaky quarterback. It'd be one thing if they had this elite quarterback who can like just throw downfield strikes to Pierce and Pittman all the time, but they don't have that in Daniel Jones. So Warren's going to get a lot of targets. And also, as a bonus, he's going to get some rushing attempts. He ran the tush push at Penn State. And the coach of the Colts, Shane Steichen, ran the tush push when he was coordinator of the Eagles. So we know that, we're going to see this at the goal line. If I'm a Jonathan Taylor owner, I'm kind of going to be pretty frustrated. Not that I am, but Jonathan Taylor's going to lose some touchdowns to Tyler Warren running the tush push at the 1 yard line. So that's a bonus that you did not even get out of Bowers. So there's a chance that Warren, I don't think he's going to have quite the season Bowers had because Bowers had the best tight end season of all time for rookie, but Warren's going to be up there. No surprise. I wouldn't shock me at all if he's the tight end 1 this year. He's my tight end 4 overall, but he's super close to Kittle. Like Kittle's going like round 4. Warren's going round 7. Such a discount. Or round 7, round 6, depending on what sort of format you're in. I'm trying to get Warren in every draft. He's my highest owned tight end.
I love him. I feel warm and fuzzy having him, and everybody else is gravy, like Gunnar Helm and Elijah Arroyo is a sleeper. There's tons of other guys I've backed up after him. Love myself Tyler Warren. So who's your next guy that you absolutely have on all your rosters that's, boom or doom?
I feel like I'm going to steal another guy from you, but this is my third highest owned player at 30%, Emeka Ibuka. I mean, we talked about him already. Like Godwin injured, McMillan injured, Otten now injured, Mike Evans 32 and hamstrings. Yeah. Ibuka was the most productive receiver in Ohio State history, and think about the players he played with. He played with Garrett Wilson, played with Jack Smith and Jigba, Jeremiah Smith, who's going to be a top 3 pick. I just wrote up my 2027 NFL mock draft, by the way, which should be posted soon. He is the number 2 or number 3 player in that draft, in that mock draft. Like that's how good Jeremiah Smith was. Ibuka outproduced everyone in that group. Ibuka is such a talented player. He's such a great route runner. He can get open. Baker Mayfield's been talking him up the entire time, and yet like he's still going too late. Like you think that like a receiver 2, potentially receiver 1 in a high octane offense would go maybe second, third round. Right. He's going 6th round still. I keep getting him 6th round in my best ball draft. So I love Ibuka. 30% in on my teams. I wish it was higher actually.
Yeah, man, I'm all in on him. And again, it's kind of crazy that we're pretty much on the same page for most of these guys except for Genty. So I think if we're gonna doom, we're gonna doom together, buddy. We're gonna doom together.
Ship's sinking with both
we're not gonna have a podcast anymore. Like, oh, you guys both told us. See, that's what the other thing, the Consheepsis, right? I've listened to other podcasts throughout the years. I don't listen to them regularly. I just kind of see what else is out there. There's usually the 3 of them. Like I call them the 3 Stooges, right? And 3 of them, and they all have cookie cutter rankings. They'll say, okay, well, I really like Achain this year, but they're all top guys they talk about, right? They'll talk about the top guys, but then they'll have different opinions on top guys. So they're kind of hedging their bets, right? So they only talk about the so-called safe players. Does this make sense? This is why I don't like other podcasts, why this is the channel's the truth. They talk about safe players And then they basically mix it up. So like I'd go odd chain, but he'd be like, Joe, I don't like odd chain. I like this guy. And the third guy would be like, well, I don't like either one of those. I like this guy. So they're covering. It's like playing a roulette or something, and you're basically putting their chips on all the things, right? And the thing is, when a player breaks out, they haven't talked about, that player is naturally part, and this is across the board for the magazines, like for example, Lad McConkey. All of a sudden, Lad McConkey's this round 2 to 3 guy. Well, where were you last year? Hold on a second. Laporta the year before was a round 10 or 12 guy, and then you were drafting him round 2 last year. Like, where were you last year? Or Brian Thomas last year? Where were you last year? Like, you guys all were on Kirk, and there's no accountability, Walter. So, hey, I'm all in on my guys, and if I'm on wrong guy, I'm held accountable for that guy. Example, last year, Zamir White. Great situation, no committee, had the opportunity to run with it. There was nobody else there. He did nothing. And that is it my fault? Yeah, for suggesting, but he was my RB3 on my teams. I can't get them all right? So anyway, I just wanted I wanted to vent on that, but that's what's out there, Walter. It's a lot of fluff, dude.
So much fluff. There was. I'm not going to say who it was unless you want me to.
No.
There's a video, and I listen to everything like while I'm driving. I saw like top 5 players you must own this year. I'm like, okay, let me see. The number one guy, this content creator, he said Jalen Warren was the number one guy. I was like, are you kidding? I got yelled in the car. Are you kidding me? Jalen Warren, he's gonna be benched by midseason. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's bad. Their picks are really, really bad. There's no like forward thinking. There's no common sense. They're just, anyways, it is what it is. I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, my player now. I got to queue up a player here. My guy here, I'm typing it in here so I can put it up on the banner, as we talked about him before. And I got to have him. And it's just something that like there's certain players that just like give me like I don't know, what's the word I want to use? A fantasy hard on, I would say. Is that even right? Can I say that? A fantasy hard on?
Sounds good to me.
Like seriously, there's ones I get really giddy about. And Omarion Hampton is that guy. Like when you look at the talent coming out of college, you look at that situation, and the contrast for me is I've said this before, and I'm going to sound like a broken record. For me, just to put things in perspective, Dobbins sucks. I think he's one of the worst running backs in the NFL. Can't stay healthy through his years. Can't rush for 1,000 yards to save his life. Can't get double-digit touchdowns. Like absolute garbage player. Had his best year last year with the Chargers. He's in a good situation where they like to run the ball. And the only thing is that's kind of bothering me, it's a thorn in my side, is this whole Najee Harris there. But we talked about it. I don't think it's going to be a major issue. But barring any injury, like Omarion Hampton in that situation is so perfect. Like I love this situation, dude. I can't explain it to you. I love Omarion Hampton. I think he's great. I just want Najee to go away permanently.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about him. We talked about that before. I think it's kind of like all posturing by these coaches who say nonsense and lie all the time. Anytime a coach says something, I just ignore it. Like there are only a couple of coaches that tell the truth, but everyone else lies all the time. I love Hampton too. He's one of the running backs. I said I like in best ball going receiver 1 because round 2, round 3 running backs are awesome. Hampton's one of the reasons why round 3 running backs are awesome. You have Hampton, you have Henderson, you have Kyron Williams. Josh Jacobs sometimes leaks into round 3. Like those 4 guys, I try to get one of them in round 3, and Hampton's one of my favorites. I have one guy ahead of him in round 3, and we can talk about him eventually. I'm sure you will have him on your list as well. But yeah, Hampton's gonna be a star this year.
Absolutely love him. All right, let's go one more each. Let's round it out with one more each. What's another player you got that you have on all your rosters?
Well, I'll see that running back for you. I assume that you want to talk about him. My number 4 player is a quarterback. Actually, it's Drake May. My strategy with quarterbacks is I try to get one of the top 5. There's 5 elite quarterbacks this year. It's Josh Allen in some order. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jane Daniels, Jalen Hurts, and Joe Burrow. After that, there's a huge drop off. Like in my rankings on the site, you can see the distance between number 5 and number 6, Burrow and Mahomes, it is larger than the distance between number 6 and number 16. Like that's how much of a gap there is. But once you get to like the 10th, 11th round, I think like Drake May has potential to be a top 5 quarterback this year. Like this guy is kind of like Josh Allen coming out of college. Like he was super, super raw, but he has a great arm. He has great mobility, and now he's being coached well. Like last year, he was being coached by Gerard Mayo, who's a complete joke. Now he gets a huge upgrade in coaching with Mike Vrabel. He gets a huge upgrade on the offensive line. They added a tackle at number 4. They added another lineman on day 2 of the draft. draft. And then they added, Stephon Diggs might not be 100% coming off the torn ACL, but they added Stephon Diggs, and they had the Chisholm, the other rookie who's performed very well. It's just, and plus, the Travion Henderson. I don't know if you want to talk about him, but like they have so many more weapons in New England now, and I think May's going to really benefit from that. We saw some flashes last year. He had a couple of great games. There were some games where he made mistakes, but now he has experience. He's better coaching, better talent around him, better blocking. Like this guy, I think could take off and just really he's being drafted like round 10, round 11. He could be producing like a round 4 quarterback. So if I don't get one of those top guys, I'm trying to get Drake May as much as possible.
Yeah, we'll put 2 and 1 there. Travion Henderson and May. I think that's what we want to talk about. I have another quarterback as well. We'll get to in a second. But Drake May is kind of in a good situation. I'm just not really sold 100% on the Patriots. I am sold on Henderson. I think he's going to get a lot of volume. It's one of those situations where I don't know if he's fool's gold or not. Like when I look at any quarterback, I want to see some sort of proof of concept before. Kind of got a taste of it, but I want to see more. I just think there's more to be had. The ceiling is there. The talent is there. I think the offensive weapons are there as well. I don't know if it's all going to come together nicely for me for a fantasy perspective. But we talked about Henderson. He's another guy we love. But I want to wrap this up. I want to do another quarterback as well. I'm all in on Knicks. Like he's my boomer doom guy. Now, there is a lot of leagues where I got Josh Allen and I backed him up with Knicks and I got a lot of stock in him. And there's leagues where I missed out on Allen and Knicks is my starting quarterback. So I like him. He looked great in preseason. I think it was week 2. They came out. They looked fired up. I think Pat Bryant's going to be amazing. Everyone's talking about Mims. Nah, I'm not excited about that guy. Sutton looked good in preseason, and they've got RJ Harvey, a true running back now as well. I'm excited about this offense. I'm excited about Bo Nix. I'm excited about everything here at Denver Broncos. Hence, the Chubby shirt. That's why you guys got to get the Chubby shirt here. Here it is, guys. Make sure you guys get this beautiful shirt here. Look at this. chubbysshorts.com/lion mode. Go get shirts right now. So yeah, I'm all in on Bo Nix, man. That's it. That's my guy. That's my guy.
Yeah, that offense looks so electric in the preseason. There's Sean Payton, a couple other guys too. Troy Franklin looks pretty good, and then Evan Ingram. They signed him. Like he could be a difference maker, kind of like the new Jimmy Graham of Sean Payton's offense. So yeah, lots to like in Denver. That offense can be so much better this year.
And that's all going to help Bo Nix. It all adds up. Dude, the math is math into Bo Nix big year. And, when you go back to Drake May, who does he got? Like Diggs, yeah, maybe Kyle Williams, some of these other guys. Who's that guy? The undrafted.
Efton Chisholm, yeah, he's gonna be good. He looks really good. So there might be a couple sleeper receivers there. Plus Henderson's gonna catch like 80 passes, so that's gonna be his main guy. But Drake May, he's gonna be able to run a lot. Like he's gonna score multiple touchdowns on the ground, lots of rushing yardage. That's why I like him. So yeah, and to round, so I mentioned the top 4 guys. To round out the top 5, Zach Charbonnet. He's my number 5 guy.
Yeah, I have little stock. I have no stock in Charbonnet. Maybe in one league. I got to go back and look. Maybe it's a best ball thing. But yeah, not much stock in him. So yeah, so we have a couple difference of opinions here. I'm more heavy on Genty. You're more heavy on certain guys. You're a May guy. I'm more of a Knicks guy. Let's see how it all pans out. Again, this is what makes fantasy football so fun is difference of opinions, but non-cookie cutter rankings. We don't want to do that. We don't want to be following the herd. That's what we don't do here on this channel. So
yeah, no Jalen Warren as a must-own guy.
No, that's crazy, man. And even people are still on Rashee Rice. They're kind of promoting him. Why would you want a guy? Oh, well, he's going to miss 6 weeks, but he's going to come back and be a league win. I don't care, dude. I'm not drafting a guy and I'm going to, miss 6 weeks. Like that's a bust to me because I look at overall. I don't care about league winning. I just want to get a steady player all season and someone who definitely clearly has character issues. Some people will disagree, but you don't just flee a scene after causing that much damage. I posted the video on my Insta. Go watch that video. It looked wild, man. If you look at that, the way that happened with the cars, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna be away from the team for 6 weeks. Like that's plenty of time to get in trouble.
Yeah, it's wild, man. All right, guys. So subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment below, and go to chubbysshorts.com/line mode. Grab the 16-round draft solution. Make sure you guys do that if you have not drafted yet. Join the Frontlines Patreon group, patreon.com/FF Counselor for in-season starts and sits. Waiver wire direct access is the Frontlines. Patreon.com/FF Counselor and go to walterfootball.com. Go bookmark the page and check it out. That's it, Walter. I have nothing else today.
That's it. Yeah, I'm gonna complete 200 drafts soon. I have my final real draft tonight, so looking forward to it. And the NFL season is gonna be in a few days. Hard to believe.
I can't believe it, man. I'm excited. Look, just like my shirt. Take off.
There it is. Yeah, can't wait. It should be a fun season.
All right, brothers, sisters. We'll talk soon. We're out.